Hey everyone, and welcome to this one short video on linear equations in two variables. So in this session, we are going to talk about pair of linear equations in two variables, especially those questions which were asked from 2020 to 2024. So are you all excited? Let's begin. So we are going to talk about previous year questions basically from 2020 all the way till 2024. That is 5 years, right? So let us try to analyze how many questions were actually asked from linear equations in two variables. So if you see the pattern here, from 2020 to 2024, 3 questions were asked of 1 mark. That is, in 2020, one question was asked, in 2023, one question, in 2024, one question. And then if you see one question of 2 marks from 2021, and then it repeats for 2023 and 2024. A 3 marker was also asked here. And if you see, only one 5 marker was asked in the year 2021. So if we analyze carefully, we can understand that 1 marker, 2 marker, and 3 marker, all these questions are very important from linear equations in two variables. And you can expect a similar pattern in 2025 like this, right? So the total weightage, if you see, if I ignore the COVID part over here, it is approximately 6 to 10 marks. Tentatively, you can assume minimum 6 marks from this particular chapter. The chapter is very easy because it is based on algebra as well. Algebra is comparatively easy, isn't it? So let's begin. And you can also take a screenshot of this if you want to just have a glimpse of what are the questions that were asked previously. You can see that 1 marker is here, 2 marker, 3, 4, and all. Overall, the overview is given over here. So you can have a screenshot of this if you want. It will give you a fair idea. Anyways, now let's begin with the question. So here's the first question. The first question says the value of k for which the system of equations x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0 and 2x plus ky is equal to 3 has no solution is what? See, 4 options are given. Such type of questions can be asked in the MCQ, especially those where we have 3 conditions, if you remember, right? What are the 3 conditions? The condition for intersecting line, the condition for parallel lines, and the condition for coincident lines, right? So the question says the value of k for which the system of equations x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0 and 2x plus ky is equal to 3 has no solution. What is the condition for no solution? If you remember, the condition is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2, right? This condition we already know. This is the condition for what? This is the condition for no solution. No solution means what? The lines are parallel. So let me write down the equations first. The first equation is I have x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0, and here I have 2x plus ky. If I take 3 on the other side, so minus 3 is equal to 0, right? So these are the 2 equations. Now we know that a1 by a2. What is a1? a1 is 1. So can I say 1 by 2 is equal to b1 by b2? Here I have 1, right? So 1 by k is not equal to c1 by c2, right? So c1 by c2 is minus 4 by minus 3. Check again. a1 by a2, that is 1 by 2, is equal to b1 by b2, that is 1 by k, is not equal to c1 by c2. See, anyways, this is not equal. But here, if you see, these two are equal, right? So if I equate these two, I can take k here, I can take 2 here. So can I say I get k is equal to 2? So what is the value of k? The value of k must be 2, so that these two equations have no solution, right? Okay. So let's see a new question. It says determine graphically the coordinates of the vertices of triangle. The equation of whose sides are given by 2y minus x is equal to 8, 5y minus x is equal to 15, and y minus 2x is equal to 1. Now see, this is very simple. Firstly, what we need to do is, I'll give you the hint and then we will draw the figure as well, that is the triangle. So let me pick up the first equation, that is 2y minus x is equal to 8. Now if I take the table of values here, that is x and y, you always start with putting x as 0. you put x as 0. If I put x as 0, 2y will be 8. So can I say y will be 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Then what you do? You put y as 0. You put y as 0. If I put y as 0, 2 into 0 is 0. So can I say x will be equal to minus 8. So the first point will be 0, 4. The second point will be minus 8, 0. And then you can draw the straight line like this, right? Okay. Let us talk about 5y minus x is equal to 15. So if you see this, if I take the table of values as in, you can just draw like this, right? A bit systematically basically. Again here, same thing, you're going to apply. You have x, you have y, you put x as 0, 5y is 15, so y will be 3. You put y as 0, x will be minus 15, right? And then you have y minus 2x is equal to 1. See, the choice is yours. It's not compulsory to take 0 and 1, but by taking 0 and 1, it becomes very easy. So if you put x as 0, y is 1. If you put y as 0, x is minus 1 by 2. So yes, once you have this, you can just check the graph now. See, as I said, let's try to figure out the points. 0, 4, minus 8, 0. See, minus 8, 0, 0, 4, right? 0, 4, minus 8, 0. So this line is what? This line is the first line, that is 2y minus x is equal to 8. Then if you see the second line, the table of values, 0, 3, minus 15, 0. See, minus 15, 0, 0, 3. This is the second line, which is this, right? And the third line. Where is the third line? The third line is over here, right? And if you see the values, we get to know 0, 1 on the y-axis, minus 1 by 2, 0 on the x-axis. So this is minus 1 by 2, half, right? Between 0 and 1, minus 1 by 2, 0 and 0, 1. So this is the third line. That's it. Now let us read the question carefully. The question says, determine the coordinates of the vertices of triangle. The equation of whose sides are. So 3 lines we have drawn. After that, you see where they are intersecting and how the triangle is formed. So can I say the triangle is formed over here. This line, and this line. I hope this is clear. All the 3 lines. So what are the coordinates? The coordinates are 2, 5. The coordinates are minus 3, 2. And the third one is 1, 3. So this is the triangle that is formed with the help of the 3 sides. See, we cannot take this because third line will be missing, right? We cannot take the lower one, otherwise the upper line will be missing. So we have to check the common part in this, which considers all the 3 sides of the, so this is the first line. Then this is the second line, right? This is the third line. So all the 3 lines should be included there. I hope you are getting this. Otherwise, many triangles are formed. Can we take this triangle? We cannot take that. Otherwise, this line will be missing, right? We even cannot take this triangle because then this line will be missing. You won't get the side here. Easy. So let's have a look at a new question now. It says the residents of a house society. Residents as in the people staying in the society of a house, in a housing society basically, on an occasion of Environment Day, decided to build two straight paths. They decided to build what? Two straight paths in the central park of the society, right? And also plant trees along the boundary lines of each path. So you can imagine a bit here. No need to actually draw anything. Just have a visualization. Basically, what is happening? There is a society and there is Environment Day. So they are deciding to do something, right? What they decided? They decided to build two straight paths in the central park of the society and also plant trees. They also want to plant trees along the boundary lines of each path. They want to plant trees also along the boundary lines of each path. Taking one corner of the park as origin and the two mutually perpendicular lines as x-axis and y-axis, paths were represented by two linear equations. Basically, see, understand. Path means what? It's kind of a straight line, right? When you draw a road or something, obviously it's not exactly straight, but we can assume it to be a straight line. So here we have one straight line, here we have another straight line. So what is the question? The question says, based on the above, answer the following. The first question is, two paths represented by the two equations here are intersecting, overlapping, parallel, or mutually perpendicular. So these two paths, very simple question. First of all, let me write down the two equations here. The first is 2x minus 3y is equal to 5, right? So if I shift 5 to the left hand side, can I say I get 2x minus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. Similarly, if I shift 7 to the left hand side, I get 6x plus 9y minus 7 is equal to 0. I hope this is clear. 2x minus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. 6x plus 9y minus 7 is equal to 0. So here I can take a1 by a2, the ratio a1 by a2. What will be a1 by a2 here? Can I say it is 2 by 6? 2 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 3. If you want to keep it as 1 by 3, you can keep it as 1 by 3. Then if I take b1 by b2, say b1 by b2, that is minus 3 by 9. Can I say this is minus 1 by 3? This is minus 1 by 3. This is 1 by 3. This is minus 1 by 3. So can I say a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2? Correct? a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. Now if a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, we can say that the two lines are intersecting, isn't it? We already know this, that if a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, the lines are intersecting. No need to find out c1 by c2 also, because looking at this, the first two ratios only, we have understood that the two lines are intersecting. Simple, easy. Let's continue. Now the question says, if the line minus 6x plus 9y is equal to 7 intersects the y-axis at a point, then its coordinates are. Okay, again we have options. Forget about the options. This line intersects the y-axis. See, y-axis is like this, right? And there is a line, this line, minus 6x plus 9y, minus 6x plus 9y is equal to 7, right? Now this line intersects the y-axis. So it intersects the y-axis over here. Now always remember, every point on the y-axis is of the form 0, comma something, that is 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 10, 0, 20 and so on. So what you do is, you just put x as 0. So the line that I have over here is minus 6x, right, plus 9y is equal to 7. Put x as 0. So minus 6 into 0 plus 9y is equal to 7. Minus 6 into 0 is 0. So can I say 9y is equal to 7? So y will be equal to 7 by 9, right? So that's it. X is 0, y is 7 by 9. Option A is the correct option. 0, 7 by 9. Isn't it very simple? Okay, if I ask you one thing, if they tell you that the line intersects the x-axis, if they say x-axis, what will you do? You put y as 0. In that case, what you'll do? You'll put y as 0. And the answer would have been 7 by minus 6, that is minus 7 by 6. Anyways, that was not asked. I'm just giving you a hint. Okay, let's continue. The next question says, if a pair of equations a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0 has a unique solution. What is the meaning of unique solution? Unique solution means one solution, right? It has only unique solution means one solution. Then what is the condition? a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, or a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, or a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but is not equal to c1 by c2, or all three of them are not equal. This we already know, right? If the two lines have unique solution, that means they are intersecting lines, right? Intersecting, something like this. And whenever the lines are intersecting, the first two ratios means a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, right? a1 by b2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So option B is the correct option. Easy? Okay, let's continue. Okay. Now if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, all the three ratios are equal, then the lines are what? This is the question. Then the lines are what? See, if all the three ratios are equal, that means the two lines are what? Can I say they are coincident lines? That means they intersect each other in all the points, or you can say overlapping. Overlapping and coincident, it is one and the same thing. So we will say that the lines are coincident lines. Clear? Easy? Great. And then what is the condition for parallel? We did two questions. The previous one was intersecting, second is coincident here. And if they give you something like this, for parallel, always remember a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but is not equal to c1 by c2. If you get this, then the two lines are like this. They are parallel to each other. Clear? Perfect. Let's continue. Okay. An interesting question. We have a word problem here. This was asked in CBSE 2021 for 3 marks. Such type of word problems can be asked in the exam. Very simple, very straightforward also. The question says, the sum of the numerator and the denominator. The sum of the numerator and the denominator of a fraction is 18. If the denominator is increased by 2, the fraction reduces to 1 by 3. If the denominator is increased by 2, the fraction reduces to 1 by 3. Find the fraction. Okay. The sum of the numerator and denominator of a fraction is 18. Now, if I take the fraction as x by y, so x by y is what? X by y is my fraction, right? The sum of the numerator and the denominator of a fraction is 18. The sum of it is 18. Sum is 18, that is x plus y is 18, right? Now, if the denominator is increased by 2, what is the denominator? The denominator is y. It is increased. Increased means plus or minus? Obviously plus. Increased by 2. So what will be the new denominator? if the denominator is increased by 2, so the new denominator, I'm writing it as ND, new denominator will be y plus 2. The fraction reduces to 1 by 3. Fraction reduces to means fraction becomes. Fraction reduces means here the fraction becomes 1 by 3. Don't get confused. So, x by y plus 2 gets reduced to, or it becomes 1 by 3. Now what you can do is, you can cross multiply this. 3 into x. 3 into x is 3x. Y plus 2 goes on the other side. Take y here. So we get 3x minus y is equal to 2. So 3x minus y is equal to 2 and x plus y is equal to 18, isn't it? Okay, so we have two equations now. X plus y is equal to 18. 3x minus y is equal to 2. Have a look at this. 3x minus y equal to 2. X plus y is equal to 18. And this was our question. So this was our equation number 1, suppose. This was our equation number 2, right? Okay. So this is 1. This is 2. So what I can do is, to cancel out y, already the signs are opposite, right? Since the signs are opposite, I can add them. So x plus 3x is 4x. This gets cancelled. 18 plus 2 is 20. So x is equal to 20 by 4. 20 by 4 is how much? 5. So can I say here x is equal to 5. Now if x is equal to 5, you can put x over here. We know that x plus y is equal to 18. Put x as 5. So 5 plus y is equal to 18. 5 goes on the other side. Y is equal to 18 minus 5, 13. So y is 13. X is 5, y is 13. The question says find the fraction. Don't stop here. Always remember, many of the children, what they do is they find out the value of x, they find out the value of y and they stop there. Find a fraction, right? So can I say the fraction is x by y, right? X by y. Five by 13. And if you see, if the denominator is increased by 2, the denominator is increased by 2, it gets reduced to 1 by 3. Is it true? Let us check. If I add 2 to 13, I get 5 by 15, right? So see, I get 1 by 3. That means our answer is correct. Easy. Okay, let's continue. Interesting question. The question says find the value of k for which the system of equations, two equations are given basically. X plus 2y is equal to 5, first equation. 3x plus ky plus 15 is equal to 0 has no solution. Find the value of k for which the system of equations x plus 2y is equal to 5 and 3x plus ky plus 15 is equal to 0 has no solution. Okay. Firstly, what we can do is we can write down the two equations given. We are given with x plus 2y is equal to 5. So can I say this is like your x plus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0, right? So here if I talk about a1, b1, c1, can I say a1 is 1, b1 is 2 and c1 is minus 5. We are just comparing it with a1x plus b1y plus c1. This is a1, this is b1, this is c1. Now let me talk about the other equation. What do I have? I have 3x plus ky, 3x plus ky plus 15 is equal to 0. Now if I compare this with a2x plus b2y plus c2, can I say a2 is 3, b2 is k, and c2 is 15. So this is a1, b1, c1, this is a2, b2, c2. Now what is the condition for no solution? The condition for no solution is, do you remember? I also told you this in the previous questions. The condition is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. Okay, let us put that. So a1 by a2, that is 1 by 3, is equal to b1 by b2, that is 2 by k, is not equal to c1 by c2, that is minus 5 by 15. So 1 by 3 should be equal to 2 by k, should not be equal to minus 1 by 3. Obviously, 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 3, they're anyways not equal. But if you see the first two ratios, they should be equal, right? See, so if they should be equal, then can I say 1 by 3 should be equal to 2 by k, and if I transpose k to the left hand side, I get k is equal to 2 into 3. The value of k that we get is 6. Yes, the value of k is 6. That means k should be 6. So that you have 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 3. This is 1 by 3. If you put k as 6, this also becomes 1 by 3. This is minus 1 by 3. The condition is getting satisfied, right? That a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 but is not equal to c1 by c2. Perfect. Let's continue. Okay, very interesting question. Mark, this question is important also. See, this is a 1 mark question, but it is very tricky. I'll tell you why and how. If you see this, kx is equal to y plus 2. Fine. Second is 6x is equal to 2y plus 3. And the condition says we are supposed to find out the value of k for which this has infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many solutions. Now tell me one thing. What is the condition for infinitely many solutions? When does the two lines have infinitely many solutions? A line has infinitely many solutions when a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is further equal to c1 by c2, right? So when a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 and is further equal to c1 by c2, we can say that the two lines have infinitely many solutions. Okay, this we have understood. Now same pattern will apply here. So can I say this becomes kx minus y minus 2 is equal to 0, and this becomes 6x minus 2y minus 3 is equal to 0, right? This goes here minus 2y, this goes here minus 3. Now if you see this, if I take a1 by a2, that is k by 6. If I take b1 by b2, that is minus 1 by minus 2, which is 1 by 2. And if I take c1 by c2, we get 2 by 3, right? If A1 by A2 is k by 6, B1 by B2 is 1 by 2, and C1 by C2 is 2 by 3. Now tell me one thing, is 1 by 2 and 2 by 3 equal? Can I say here B1 by B2 is already not equal? B1 by B2 is already not equal to C1 by C2. And this condition has to be there for infinitely many solutions. That means K will not have any chance of doing anything because anyways B1 by B2 and C1 by C2 are not equal. That means definitely already these two lines, they don't have infinitely many solutions. So K is not going to help them in any ways to get infinitely many solutions because K you are observing is in A1 by A2 and the other two ratios are anyways not equal. So here the value of K does not exist basically. We cannot do anything here. I hope this part is clear because if we had got B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2, then we might have checked for A1 by A2 as well. But clearly this is not going to happen, right? Therefore, we can say that the value of K does not exist. I hope you are understanding this part. Let's continue. Interesting question. The question was asked in CBSE 2023. The question says solve the pair of equations x is equal to 3, y is equal to -4 graphically. Okay. Now you might feel there is only one point, right? X is equal to 3. But we know that if we have an equation which is of the form x is equal to a, right? This we have studied in 9th grade, isn't it? If we have an equation x is equal to a, this is a line parallel to y-axis, and if we have a line y is equal to b, this is a line parallel to x-axis. This is a line parallel to y-axis, this is a line parallel to x-axis, right? Observe this. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So we have the x-axis, we have the y-axis, right? Now we have x is equal to 3. On x, here we have 3. On x, here we have 3. So the line is parallel to y-axis. So this will be x equal to 3, right? This line is x equal to 3 parallel to y-axis. And y is equal to -4. Y is equal to something is parallel to the x-axis. I hope this part is clear. So this horizontal line is parallel to the x-axis, which is y is equal to -4, and x is equal to 3 is parallel to the y-axis. Now if you see, both the lines are meeting here. So can I say that is 3 comma -4? So what is the solution? The solution is 3 comma -4. What is the meaning of solution? The solution means the two lines are intersecting lines and they intersect at this point 3 comma -4. I hope it is very simple. See, graphically anyways they told you to do it. If they don't tell you to do it graphically, if they say just solve, nothing in this, take x, take y, that's it. 3 comma -4. That is your final answer. Easy? Okay, let's continue. Okay, very interesting question. Using graphical method, find whether the following system of linear equations is consistent or not. Now see, when are the system of linear equations consistent? They're consistent in two conditions. Either it has unique solution, or it has infinitely many solutions. Right? It has unique solution or infinitely many solution. That means basically either the line should be intersecting or the lines must be coincident, intersecting or coincident. Only in that case we have consistency, right? So here we have x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 7. Now what is x is equal to 0? Can you say x is equal to 0 is nothing but y axis? What is y is equal to 0? Y is equal to 0 is x axis. X is equal to 0 is y axis. And then we have y is equal to minus 7. Then we have y is equal to minus 7. This is a line parallel to x axis, right? This is a line parallel to x axis. If this is my x axis, this will be my y is equal to minus 7. So let us see the graph. So we have the graph. So y is equal to minus 7. This is the line y is equal to minus 7. What is x is equal to 0? X is equal to 0 is this line. X is equal to 0 means y axis. So y axis is x is equal to 0. And this. So can I say the y axis and this line, they intersect over here. They intersect there. So what is the solution? The solution is 0 comma minus 7. Can I say they are intersecting lines? If they are intersecting lines, can I say they have unique solution? And now because they have unique solution, can I say they are consistent? See, very simple. All of this is interconnected to each other. That's it. So this is how you find whether they are consistent or not, right? Okay, perfect. Let's continue. Alright, so we have a word problem asked in 2023. This is a word problem, interesting question. The question is very easy. Half the difference of two numbers. Half. Half means 1 by 2. Difference. Difference means minus two numbers. We can assume the two numbers as a and b, or say x and y if you're comfortable with x and y. Half the difference of two numbers is 2. The sum of the greater number and twice the smaller number is 13. Find the numbers. Okay. So firstly what we can do is, we can assume, right? Let the numbers be let the numbers be x and y. So half of the difference, half of difference of two numbers, that is half of x minus y, is 2. This is given. So if I solve this further, I get x minus y. From here, I get x minus y is equal to 2 into 2, that is 4. I can mark this as equation number 1. So x minus y is equal to 4 is my first equation. The sum of the greater number and twice the smaller number. Now understand, which is the greater number and which is the smaller number, we don't know. So what we will do is, let the numbers be x and y, where we will define a condition where x is greater than y. This is very important because you have to define something. You can also take y greater than x. You are going to get the same answer. Doesn't matter. Either take x greater than y or take y greater than x and then solve for the second equation now. So the second equation says the sum of greater number. What is the greater number? Greater number is x. Greater number is x. So I'm talking about the second condition, right? Second condition. If you want, you can write down first condition here, right? This was the first condition, right? So what is the second condition? If you see the second condition, it says the sum of greater number is x, sum means plus, and twice the smaller number. Smaller number is y. So twice means 2 times y is equal to 13. This is my equation number 2. X minus y is equal to 4 and x plus 2y is equal to 13. Now find the numbers. Now it is very simple. Solve these two linear equations simultaneously. So what do I have? I have x minus y is equal to 4. I have x plus 2y is equal to 13, right? Now if I multiply this equation by 2, if I multiply this equation by 2, I get 2x minus 2y is equal to 8. So I get 2x minus 2y is equal to 8, and this becomes x plus 2y is equal to 13. So let me copy the same equations on the next slide. So I have 2x minus 2y is equal to 8, and I have x plus 2y is equal to 13. Right? Now what if I add them? 2x plus x is 3x. 13 plus 8 is 21. So x will be equal to 21 divided by 3. So x will be equal to 7. Now put the value of x over here in any of the two equations of your choice. X plus 2y is equal to 13, right? I have x plus 2y is equal to 13. Put x as 7. So 7 plus 2y is equal to 13. So 2y will be equal to 13 minus 7, that is 6. So y will be equal to 6 by 2. Y will be equal to 3. So yes, let us check whether the condition is correct or not. Okay. So half of the difference of the, see, the bigger number is 7, smaller number is 3. Half of difference of bigger and smaller, that is 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3 is how much? 4. Half of 4 is 2. Correct. Sum of the greater and twice the smaller number. Greater is 7 plus twice the smaller. 2 times 3. 7 plus 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 plus 6 is 13. This is also correct. That's it. Easy. Okay. Let's have a look at a simple question. In the given figure, graphs of two linear equations are shown. The pair of these linear equations are. Now this is very interesting. If you see the options, it is consistent with unique solution, consistent with infinitely many solutions, inconsistent or inconsistent but can be made consistent by extending the lines. Now see, as of now it looks inconsistent, right? It looks inconsistent because they are not having any solution as of now. But they are straight lines. And what is the definition of a line? The definition of a line is that a line can be extended indefinitely in both the directions. Now what will happen if I extend these two? If I extend, can I say this will go here, this will go here, and definitely somewhere they are going to meet. So can I say that they look inconsistent but they can be made consistent by extending these lines? So honestly speaking, option A is also correct, because anyways going forward what is going to happen? Going forward they are going to intersect each other, right? They will become consistent later. As of now they are not consistent. As of now they are inconsistent, but they can be made consistent by extending, and once they become consistent then they'll have unique solution. But option D is the more appropriate option. correct? Okay. So solve the system of linear equations and verify your answer. Okay. Now see, this was asked in CBSE 2024, that is last year. We're supposed to solve it. And then we're also supposed to verify it. So firstly, we need to solve it, right? So how do we solve? How do we solve this? You have the method to solve it by elimination method, easy. So we have 7x minus 2y is equal to 5. And then you have 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. Now see, this is minus, this is plus. It's better to cancel y. But if you see here you have 2, here you have 7. The LCM of 2 and 7 is 14. So what I'm doing is I'm multiplying this equation by 7, so that 7 2s becomes 14, and I'm multiplying this equation by 2. Now let's multiply 7 inside. 7 into 7 is 49, right? So I get 49x minus 7 into 2 is 14y, 7 5s are 35. Multiply 2 inside, 8 2s are 16. So 16x, 7 2s are 14 plus 14y, and 15 2s are 30, right? So what you can do now is you can add the two equations. 49 plus 16 is 65. So 65x, this gets cancelled. 35 plus 30 is 65. So can I say x will be equal to 65 by 65? That is equal to 1. Now put x is equal to 1 in any of the two equations. That is 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. I have 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. Put x as 1. So 8 into 1 plus 7y is equal to 15. So I get 8 plus 7y is equal to 15. We can shift 8 on the other side. So I get 7y is equal to 15 minus 8, that is 7. So y will be equal to 7 divided by 7, that is 1. That's it. So the value of y is 1 and the value of x is also 1. Okay. Now, is this the final answer? No. What we need to do is, here we need to verify also. That means what? We need to substitute the values in the equation again to check whether our answer is correct or not. So 1 mark will be for the verification also. Right now we just have the values of x and y. So let's verify. Now if I pick up this equation, 7x minus 2y is equal to 5. Take the LHS. LHS is 7x minus 2y. X is 1, y is 1. So 7 into 1 minus 2 into 1. 7 1s are 7. 2 1s are 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. Is 5 the RHS? Yes. Which is equal to RHS. That means this is verified. Check for this. 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. Take the LHS. LHS is 8x plus 7y. Put x as 1. So 8 into 1 plus 7 into 1. 8 1s are 8. 7 1s are 7. That gives you 15. Is 15 the RHS? Yes, 15 is the RHS. So this is also verified. So we have verified both the equations, right? I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, perfect. All right, let's have a look at one last question. This is a very simple question. Again, this is a word problem. Very easy. The question says, 3 years ago, 3 years before, that is minus 3. Rashmi was thrice old as Nazma. So there are two girls here, Rashmi and Nazma. So we have Rashmi, we have Nazma. So the question says 3 years ago, Rashmi was three times as old as Nazma. 10 years later means after 10 years, Rashmi will be twice as old as Nazma. How old are Rashmi and Nazma? Okay. So firstly, what we will do is, because there are two people involved, let's talk about the present ages. So I'm saying that let the present means current age. So present age of, say, Rashmi and Nazma. You can take any of their ages as x. Let the present age of Rashmi be x years, and present age of Nazma be y years. Right? Rashmi's present age is x years. Nazma's present age is y years. Now, 3 years ago. So can I say 3 years ago, Rashmi's age, 3 years ago, minus 3. So Rashmi's age is going to be x minus 3. But 3 years ago, Nazma's age will also reduce, right? So can I say Nazma's age 3 years ago is going to be y minus 3. I hope you're getting this. Now the condition says 3 years ago, Rashmi's age is thrice. Thrice means 3 times. So if Nazma is 10 years old, Rashmi is 30 years old. If Nazma is 15 years old, Rashmi is 45 years old, right? So here, can I say the first condition? The first condition is going to give me Rashmi, that is x minus 3, is equal to 3 multiplied by y minus 3, correct? So this will be x minus 3 is equal to 3 into y is 3y minus 9. So multiplying 3 inside, 3 into y is 3y, 3 into minus 3 is minus 9. You can shift 3y to the left hand side. I get x, shift 3y here, minus 3y. This is minus 9. Minus 3 goes to the right hand side. Minus 9 plus 3 is minus 6. This is our first equation. Okay. Now understand. Let's forget about the first part. 10 years later. Later means what? After 10 years. So can I say after 10 years, if Rashmi's age is x today, after 10 years, it will be x plus 10. What will be Nazma's age after 10 years? Y plus 10. Now what they're saying is, this is Rashmi's age, this is Nazma's age, after 10 years of course. Rashmi will be twice means double. So can I say x plus 10 is double of y plus 10? So I'll get x plus 10. X plus 10 is equal to, double means 2, right? 2 into thrice means 3 times. Double means or twice means 2 times. Now solve this. I get x plus 10 is equal to 2y. 2 into y is 2y. 2 into 10 is 20. Take 2y here. So x minus 2y is equal to, this is 20. Take 10 on the other side. 20 minus 10 is 10. So can I say this is my equation 2? Okay. Where is my equation 1? My equation 1 is here. X minus 3y is equal to 6. This is my equation 2. Let me write it. And then I have x minus 2y is equal to 10. Now, two equations. We can cancel x, but this is positive, this is positive. So we need to make the second equation negative so that we can cancel x. To change it, make this minus, make this minus as plus, make this plus as minus. Now x and x gets cancelled. Minus 3y plus 2y. Minus 3y plus 2y. This is minus 1y. Minus 6 minus 10. Both are negative. You can add them. Minus 6 minus 10 is minus 16. Cancel minus. How much is y? Y is equal to 16. Put y here. Put y here. What do I have? I have x minus 2y is equal to 10. If I put y here, I get x minus 2 into 16 is equal to 10. So can I say this becomes x minus 32, 16 to the 32 is equal to 10. 32 goes on the other side. 10 plus 32 is 42. X is 42 and y is 16. Okay. Now tell me one thing. How do we know whether our answer is correct or not? This is Rashmi's age. This is Nazma's age. Rashmi's age, Nazma's age. What we will do is we'll see the condition. 3 years ago. This is the current age, right? So what is the age of Rashmi 3 years ago? Right now her age is 42. So 3 years ago her age is 39. What is the age of Nazma 3 years ago? 16 minus 3, 13. Now tell me one thing. Is Rashmi's age triple of Nazma's age? Yes. 13 into 3 is 39. So first condition is satisfied. Let's forget about that. Let's see the second condition. It says 10 years later. What will be Rashmi's age 10 years later? Right now she is 42. So 10 years later it will be 52. 10 years later what will be the age of Nazma? 26. This is 26, this is 52. Is the condition satisfied? Twice. 26, the double of 26 is 52. That means our answer is correct. So whenever you get the final answer, if you want to see whether we have done it correctly or not, because we cannot by heart the answer and go in the exam, right? So in that cases, you try to see the equation again and try to frame it, right? So I hope you have understood how to solve these word problems as well. And I hope you enjoyed the session with me. So keep learning with top scholars. In the next session, we'll continue the series. Thank you so much.